So we're obviously here to talk about one very exciting thing, and that is the fact that the men swim and dive team won the 2019 MAC championship. There's a lot to the story before that though, right? You've got practices and work and meets. Can you talk a little bit about the effort and dedication during the regular season and what that was like for the team?
I would say that from the very beginning of the season, there was such a camaraderie within our team. I felt like the men's team had latched on to certain sayings, and we'll probably get to that, but just certain things that brought them together, that molded them together as a team, as opposed to being individualistic. They started paying a lot of attention to how each other were pacing in practice, the times they were going, how they were performing in dual meets. And this season we actually started our competitions off pretty early, and so it really helped jumpstart what we needed to do competitively.
You did mention the sayings that they latched onto. I heard, "Let's get this bread," and "obtain the grain," I think was another one that they said.
It was the bakery's open, let's get this bread. The biggest one though is our year. That was probably one of the biggest ones that solidified their collective goal, that it was our year. Nobody said it was my year, they said it was our year, so they would bring everyone together in that way just to show that they were all in this together. They were looking to create a championship together as a team, swimming and diving.
Yeah, Monahan's
trying to hold
going to
off
have
Schwartz,
a championship
and she will.
here.
Monahan does it, 4:42.47. Schwartz, Monahan defends her 500 freestyle champ, 4:42.47.
One thing I think that is really cool about this team is that it is a men's and women's swim team. How has that unity impacted the athletes?
It's been fantastic. Over the last 3 years that I've been with Miami, it's been really great to see what used to be two separate programs come together as one united program. We have a phenomenal women's team that motivates our men's team and vice versa. So they're working, as hard, each athlete's working as hard as the person next to them each and every time they come to practice. And so that's what's so unique about having a combined program like this, is that you have those goals, those things that bring a team together, and we're really lucky to have men and women that share in that.
Records were set on both the women's championship and the men's championship as well, but there were 9 from the men's. You had the 200 medley relay, the 400 medley relay, 400 free relay, 800 free relay. The 100 fly was both a Miami and a MAC record. 200 fly, 200 individual medley, 400 individual medley, and 100 back. And I'm almost out of breath reading all those and back to back. What was it like to have those accomplishments showcased on a stage as large as the MAC championship?
I think what was the best part of that is we had veterans who broke those records, as well as newcomers who broke those records. So when you look at the athletes that comprise our relays, they're the ones who are made up of multiple different years, whether it's a freshman, whether it's a senior. For the most part, our athletes were getting behind each other. And what was really interesting, whether we were breaking a school record, whether we broke a MAC record, or whether we won an event, all of our athletes almost seemed more excited that their teammate did that than even for their own success, which is kind of a strange thing to say, but it's really neat to see when a team comes together how excited they are for their teammates to be that successful. And that's what we were finding, even from the first day of the competition.
You've talked about that support throughout the team often. You even had the swimmer and diver of the year on your team, the swimmer Iago Musellam and the diver Harrison Monsino. On top of the qualities you're talking about, what makes this team different than past teams you've coached?
I think what makes them different is the fact that they are all different. And that, when they come together, they respect their differences and they respect their diversity. and they respect the efforts that go into each of the practices. You know, for example, our swimmers don't dive, but our swimmers have a tremendous amount of respect for our divers, and they feel as though that their teammate is coming together for the collective group.